So you did calibration, or you changed the clutch, or you changed the clutch actuator, and you have like this. No code, no red light, but neutral flashing and not working. What does it mean? It can be two situations. So to understand what the situation you have, need to do calibration again, and before they start the engine need to put camera to the battery and check what the clutch actuator will doing when you start the engine. And now I'm put the camera here to check what the clutch actuator will doing when I will start the engine. So situation number 1. So what we have, we saw like the clutch actuator, what he did. He pulled the clutch and release. Pulled, release. Why? What he looking for? Yes. What he did? He pulled the clutch, and when he released the clutch, the disc must start moving. But it not start. It not started. So the computer try again. Pull in the clutch, release. And what he see? He see that it's not the shaft not moving. We have clutch, shaft, and the sensor. Sensor that the feeling revolute of this shaft. And clutch actuator what doing once again? Pull in the clutch and release. He's searching the touch point of the clutch. When he released, the disc start moving, and this is the standby point, touch point of the clutch. But he don't see it. Why? What is the reason? Or the clutch fully dead, fully, or usually it can be the sensor, or the sensor fouled, or it cut like this. This is the not good sensor. I have video about good sensor, what dimension must be. It must be with little pin, this without pin. But this it's working sensor because I cut the plastic here. Or can be the wire cut it, or the connector is broken. Like the computer not see that the sensor feel this shaft. It don't see moving of the shaft. Need to check the sensor. Sensor, wires, something like this. This is the situation number 1. Situation number 2. So now what we have that the clutch actuator just pulled the clutch and not released and not don't did nothing, just one step. Why? Because he see that the disc it's not released, disc is moving. He pulled the clutch but disc is moving. He see the computer feel that the disc is moving. And how possible to found touch point, state by point of the clutch if it moving? It's not possible. And why it happens? It can be few reasons. First of all, the clutch actuator not installed correct. It means it's not installed in clamp position and with some gap. And it's just not pulling enough. And this important why need to install the clutch actuator in clamp position with no gap, no any clearance, that it will pulling by the end the clutch and disc will stop release. This is the reason number one. Number two, it can be that the sensor has here some garbage of the steel and it make not good signal. The computer sees that the signal is not good and not doing nothing. Or another problem, it can be that the really disc not released. Why? Because the clutch cover not on the start position and it's not possible to release the clutch. Need to remove gearbox and need to do clutch cover in start position. Current in this car, I'm sure I have some garbage on the sensor. I'm sure. Now I will check it and we will see. So the gearbox has revolute sensor. This is the revolute sensor. Need to remove it, need to clean it, need to check that it has pin, but need to be careful. Will go oil outside. Yes, and need to or remove full oil from gearbox or put something to this hole. So I will use another sensor. Чтобы заткнуть быстренько эту. Оп. О, все. Итак, опа. Вот она, стружечка. Вот это, вот видишь, вот у него пин. Нужно протереть все от этой стружки. So you see, need to clean it. It must be with this pin. And ready. Оп. Оп. Yes. Now let's do the calibration again and let's check what will do the clutch actuator. Working. So how it was? The clutch actuator pulled the clutch, engine start, clutch actuator little released, disc start moving, it filled by the sensor, did it again, looks like it checked it twice, and then pulled clutch. That's all. The car working. The found touch point, standby point of the clutch. So if you have situation like this and you're sure that the sensor is okay, it has pin, it no garbage, remove the gearbox again and restart the clutch cover. Or something wrong with the clutch, something another wrong with the clutch. That's all.